Of all the things in the world, I never thought that I would be deathly afraid of a little boy making cat noises. I mean, it's annoying as shit, sure, but I never thought I'd have nightmares about it. Go to your room!
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Now, if you couldn't tell by the title of the movie, Ju-on 2 is in the Japanese language with subtitles, and there's no English dubbing on the DVD. So if you don't know Japanese and you don't like reading subtitles, then you may not care for this movie. This film follows various characters who are being affected by the curse of Kayako and her son Toshio, most notably an actress character who loses her unborn child at the very beginning of the film in a car crash, but then, soon afterwards, she discovers that there's still something inside her. The timeline for this movie series is a little bit confusing. The cover for Ju-on 2 says that it's a sequel to Ju-on the Grudge, when it's actually a sequel to Ju-on the Curse, which is a film that's not available in the US on DVD. Ju-on the Grudge, which we all associate as the first Ju-on, is actually the third Ju-on. Also, the chapters within the movies are shown out of order, and a part of my brain just melted. I can't remember the 6th grade anymore, which might be a good thing. Now, outside of the car crash, which starts the film off, there's an early scene in the film, an early scare, which had me kind of apprehensive. I was just kind of thinking to myself, oh god, is this going to be another Chrome Skull where it's not as good as I remember? Is it going to be another trash fire? Like, there's a bit where the actress comes across this spooky ghost, which isn't even remotely scary looking, and she screams and faints, and it's one of the silliest things I've ever seen in my life. And of course, the fact that I just mentioned that she's an actress will probably tell you it turns out that she's just filming a scene for one of her movies, and really that's the only scene of genuine amusement you're likely to get, because overall the atmosphere is very dark and moody. When it comes to the more genuine scares that the movie has to offer, I like how the majority of them take place in just the most mundane settings, instead of choosing these areas that are very dark and creepy and, obvious for where horror can occur. Some of the scariest scenes take place in very brightly lit, cozy locations. There's even a point where this film crew is visiting the house of Kayako and Toshio, and somebody remarks that it doesn't look all that scary, which of course communicates the fact that horror can take place pretty much anywhere. And what I like more about just the visual aspect of the scares, which the visuals in the movie are very well done, I like the sound design that the film has. For the most part, you don't get a whole lot of jump scares that are complemented by the cliched music stings. That only happens maybe once or twice. Most of the scares are very silent, where instead of making a loud noise to get a jump out of you and relieve the tension just remains. As far as criticisms go, there are a couple of points where the pacing slows down a lot and it starts to get a little boring. And then on the opposite spectrum of that, at the very beginning of the film, you get this on-screen text that goes by way too fast. Like, you have to keep rewinding and pausing just to get it at the right moment. When the characters are talking, though, the subtitles remain on the screen for the right amount of time, thank goodness. There really isn't much else for me to say about this film. I can tell you that it's very rare a horror movie comes along that's so creepy and intense that it actually brings tears to my eyes. This film was able to accomplish that without barraging me with loud noises, and so if you're interested in seeing a scary ghost story with very intelligently done sound design and very scary visuals, then Ju-on 2 does come recommended. And with that, I hope you all have a good one.